Good morning and welcome to 6 Minutes of Good News, a morning devotional bringing you the good news of the gospel with your host, the Reverend Zebedee Jackson. Now, sit back, pour yourself a cup of coffee, and let's dive into 6 minutes of good news.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Thank you for tuning in to 6 Minutes of Good News. Welcome, everyone, to the beginning of a brand new day, and I hope and pray that all is well. Today's episode, Trusting Without Doubting. Scripture, Matthew, the 21st chapter, verse 22. The journey of life is filled with swift transitions. Sometimes our days could be full of joy and happiness, and in a matter of hours or minutes, they could be filled with some pain and sorrow. But we don't have to surrender our faith and hope to our situation, but rather continue to realize that the struggles of life are temporary moments. The good news is that we will overcome our moments of despair when we choose to be steadfast in our faith. The message today is simply meant to encourage and inspire us to build our hope in the promises of God's grace and mercy that is sufficient enough to keep us through our darkest times. We can find some strength and wisdom from the words found in Matthew 21 by the words penciled in by Jesus to his disciple who began teaching them about faith, and the same teaching applies to us today in this world. Our faith and trust in God's power are essential for receiving answers to prayers. When our prayers align up with God's will rather than simply asking for what we desire, it becomes important to note that with the power of faith and prayer, we can accomplish great things if we have faith and do not doubt. The message today is simple and reasonable in giving us some hope and faith, because praying in our own strength might lead us to some fear, doubt, and unbelief. I would like to leave a few spiritual truths that could perhaps help us understand the power of prayer and faith. Number one, the power of faith. Faith gives us the ability to believe what we ask for is tied to having simple faith. Number two, the example of the fig tree. We can use the fig tree as teachable moments, showing us that great things are possible with faith. Number three, alignment with God's will. True faith involves acting in a way that is consistent with God's purpose and will, and not selfish or material gain. Number four, unwavering truth. Our believing encompasses having unwavering truth in God's power, wisdom, and timing. Finally, we can trust and believe that our prayers can be answered, but we must not ask and believe and then begin to doubt. Again, thank you for sharing your morning into 6 minutes of good news. Have a wonderful day and be blessed.
Thank you for listening to 6 Minutes of Good News, a morning devotional bringing you the good news of the gospel with your host, the Reverend Zebedee Jackson. Now, let's go out and make it a great day.